You're listening to this right now on a device that someone invented. Inventions make up the majority of the world we live in today. They allow us to brush our teeth, call our friends, and even earn a living. But what happens when an invention goes wrong and starts eating people? I'm Jeremy Fisher. This is The Awakening. The year was 1996. Popular toy maker Mattel was excited to introduce their newest invention, sure to bring parents and children joy around the world. Mattel, who produced the cuddly Cabbage Patch stuffed toy line, was about to take the toy to a whole new level, and in the process, make headlines. They just didn't realize that was going to be a bad thing.
She's my Cabbage Patch snack time kid. She really loves to snack. Wow, she really chews. Eating her is so much fun. Your bananas all gone.
Nearly 1 million snack time Cabbage Patch dolls were produced and circulated just in time for the 1996 holiday shopping season. Buzz began swarming among parental circles because the snack time Cabbage Patch doll was like no other toy that had ever been seen. This doll could actually help parents with one of their biggest challenges, teaching kids how to eat food. A child could put plastic carrot sticks and plastic french fries near the snack time Cabbage Patch doll's lips, and thanks to a powerful battery-powered motor, the doll would begin to move its lips and jaws, chewing and sucking the food into its belly. This was an incredible invention. What a great way to encourage kids to eat food. The busy holiday shopping season began, and Mattel started seeing the Snack Time Kid fly off the shelves. In just a few months, over 500,000 units were sold. Sales were rolling, business was good, and the Snack Time Kid was becoming a clear winner for Mattel. And then, things turned bad. A few weeks after the holiday season passed, a few phone calls started trickling in from parents describing disturbing experiences with the Snack Time Kid. More calls started coming in. Eventually, hundreds of parents contacted Mattel, urging them to stop selling the Snack Time Kid doll. Turns out, the Snack Time Kid's jaws were really powerful, containing small rollers that would force plastic food into the back of its head. These rollers only rolled in one direction and wouldn't stop rolling until the mouth was clear of food. And kids were discovering that the Snack Time Kid wouldn't just eat the plastic food it came with, it would eat anything you put near its mouth. It would eat pencils, string, power cords, even human fingers. Kids all across the country were getting their hair, fingers, all kinds of other things trapped into the Snack Time Kid's mouth. Without realizing it, Mattel had manufactured, marketed, and successfully sold a doll that would, given the opportunity, eat your child alive. After Mattel received over 100 complaints about their flesh-eating dolls, they decided to recall the remaining 200,000 Snack Time Kids from stores and offered a full refund to the 500,000 original buyers. To this day, this remains Mattel's largest recall ever. Mattel isn't the first company to bring a bad invention to the market. Remember asbestos? That invention was a miracle in insulation until it was discovered that it causes lung disease. How about hydrogen blimps, the invention that promised to change the way humans traveled? That idea went up in flames. Too soon? Leaded gasoline, DDT, Agent Orange. History is littered with stories of good inventions that went bad. But I'm wondering, have there ever been any bad inventions gone good?
I definitely want to call this thing the Infinity Gatorlet because it's basically like my little Infinity Gauntlet.
That's Maddie Benedetto. Maddie is an inventor of really bad inventions. Do you want a tiny hard hat for your toes so you don't stub it on the couch anymore? Maddie invented one of those. Do you want chopsticks that will hold your wireless headphones while you eat sushi? Maddie invented a set of those. How about a fanny pack that will hold your spare slices of pizza? A pillow for your phone to sleep on? A pair of mittens that leaves your middle finger free to use during rush hour traffic? Maddie has invented all that stuff. Now, Maddie likes to emphasize that his inventions aren't actually bad inventions, they're just unnecessary. That seems like a fine line to me. But the interesting thing about Maddie's unnecessary inventions is that he makes a very good living from them. Back in 2004, at the age of 14, Maddie spent much of his free time on the popular ski forum News Schoolers, where some posters formed a crochet cult and encouraged each other to make their own ski wear. Maddie, with help from his mother, started crocheting beanies for his friends. Demand for his beanies grew to such an extent, he decided to start his own ski line. This business did okay, but after several years, sales began to flatline, he ran into manufacturing problems, and was searching for something new. Maddie says, along my journey as an entrepreneur, I'd had these completely crazy out there ideas I'd written down. Products that served no purpose whatsoever and were so dumb that I'd never dared to make them. But I figured, why not just put them out there? Benedetto bought a 3D printer, learned how to use a 3D design program, and had his first invention printed, his headphone holding chopsticks, in just a few days. He posted pictures of himself modeling the invention on Reddit. The most popular comment on the post said, I love how your model looks completely dead inside, as anyone who earnestly uses these should be. The funny thing is, that model who looked dead inside was actually Maddie. The post, on the other hand, was not dead at all. It was upvoted over 50,000 times and landed on the front page of Reddit. This surprised Maddie and inspired him to capitalize on this opportunity. He launched a website, Instagram, and YouTube channel and began bringing all of his crazy invention ideas into reality. Maddie shared a belt buckle that doubles as a bubble wrap popper, an umbrella for a drone, a suction device that retrieves the last chip from a Pringles can, and all kinds of others. Maddie's inventions, showcased at unnecessaryinventions.com, became massively popular. This led to appearances on talk shows, regularly hitting the front page of Reddit with each new invention, and Maddie now has millions of followers across his social channels. That's all nice, but this still doesn't explain how Maddie makes a living from his unnecessary inventions. I mean, does anyone really want to buy chopsticks that hold headphones? Well, he does sell some of these inventions on his site. Some people buy his products as gag gifts. And he has invented some not-so-useless products, like a coffee table that doubles as a jigsaw puzzle. Maddie was able to raise over $100,000 on Kickstarter with that one. He also sells merch on his site, but the biggest source of Maddie's income comes from somewhere you probably wouldn't expect. Maddie makes a really good living from brand partnerships with companies like DoorDash, Call of Duty, and the Almond Board of California. These companies pay Maddie to create custom, unnecessary inventions for their products. Brands are always looking for ways to get fun publicity, and what better way than to have Maddie invent something useless or funny for your brand and then promote it to the front page of Reddit. Bud Light, Old Spice, all kinds of big brands are coming to Maddie to create more unnecessary inventions. I can't help but wonder if there's some insomniac inventor out there with sticky notes littered around their desk, dozens of failed inventions, and they're desperate to figure out how to invent something people would actually want to buy. Meanwhile, Maddie, who invents items that are completely unnecessary, is being paid by Fortune 500 companies to invent more useless things. Maddie says the key to this whole thing is just having fun and remembering that it's all a big joke. But at the end of the day, I still have to take it seriously enough to pay my bills. It's not all sunshine and rainbows for Maddie, though. One of Maddie's inventions actually landed him in legal hot water.
Actually, when I posted this invention, I was on vacation in Maine, so I wasn't paying super close attention to my email or anything. But when I got home from vacation, I saw this guy, and in it was a cease and desist from Crocs.
One of Maddie's inventions is Crocs for your hands. You know Crocs. They're the ugly plastic slippers that are regularly the punchline of jokes. Maddie invented Crocs mittens and shared it on his social channels. Like most of Maddie's social posts, Crocs for your hands became very popular. So popular, it garnered the attention from the Crocs legal team, who sent Maddie a cease and desist letter. Believe it or not, this seemingly horrible turn of events actually worked out in Maddie's favor. Rather than being frightened and putting his entire business on hold, Maddie posted a picture of the cease and desist letter on Reddit and shared the story. That post actually became one of his most popular. Dozens of media outlets ran with the story. The free press that Maddie got from receiving that letter from Crocs is one of the contributing factors that led to his several million social media followers. It boosted Maddie's sales, and it even poured more gasoline on his unnecessary Inventions brand. Today, Maddie is still inventing unnecessary things. He's still getting loads of attention with each new one, and he's still finding ways to turn bad things into good. So what's the difference between Maddie and Mattel? One inventor released a seemingly good idea that turned out to be bad. The other released a seemingly bad idea that turned out to be good. Is Maddie's success attributed to his unflattering 70s mustache? Maybe. Could it be that Maddie is still small enough to be relatable? It's obvious big companies are interested in the grassroots style viral movements that can spark from solo entrepreneurs like Maddie. I mean, that's why they pay him big bucks to do it for their brands. I think what Maddie tapped into is actually one of his most brilliant discoveries. Maddie's ski apparel business failed, but he used that event to springboard himself into becoming an inventor. He used his manufacturing problems to learn how to manufacture things himself. Maddie's inventions were by most people's standards bad, yet rather than trashing them, he turned them into viral posts and built a money-making brand. Even facing legal threats from a multi-billion-dollar corporation, Maddie somehow turned that event into a whirlwind of positive audience-building press. I think Maddie's most brilliant discovery, other than the pizza slice fanny pack of course, is the idea that if we can find a way to turn bad things into good things, nothing can stop us. Well, except maybe an army of cannibalistic Cabbage Patch dolls. That's it for today's show. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider sharing it with a friend. If opportunity doesn't come knocking, let's build a door.